Well, hello there and welcome to Media Hunt's 2020 Vision. I have a very good guest in George Mastrocostas. George, your Aniko Group's just flying at the moment. You've got so many projects in the pipeline, but tell us about stage 2 of 1 Grand Avenue.
Yeah, so we've just successfully completed a sellout and construction of stage 1 at Grand Avenue, which is a wonderful for the team here at Aniko Group. And we've turned the sod this morning and commenced construction on stage 2, which is great, and we're looking forward to bringing that to the market as well soon.
It's got to have been one of the best selling projects on the coast since you launched last year. It's phenomenal really in the period that you've sold so well, sold the whole project out.
No, that's right, yeah, just over 12 months or thereabouts to sell out, which is great, and when you consider that a good portion of that was selling throughout the pandemic, we're very pleased with the outcome.
I ask everyone, all of the developers I speak to on a regular basis, what were you thinking in April?
Oh, Christ. I won't use the profanities that I'm thinking right about now, but I remember many sleepless nights and trying to figure out what the market was going to do and how it was going to react and how purchasers were going to react and what the market was going to look like moving forward. At the end of the day, what gave us comfort is that we knew what we were doing here at 1 Grand Avenue, and so we focused on making sure that we continued to do that well and put our trust in the fact that we believe in our product. We believe in the price point, we believe in the project that we were delivering, and we were confident that once the panic had, I guess, subsided, that we would be okay and we'd go back on track for completion and sell out.
And I know you well enough to know that you're a very altruistic guy, so it's very important for you to, have your staff and contractors gainfully employed. So launching stage 2 today is obviously really important to you as well from that point of view.
Absolutely, and I think every industry has gone through a difficult time throughout this. Some industries more so than others, but I think the ability to continue to employ a very loyal team of direct employees and indirect. By indirect, I mean the many subcontractors and contractors out there that are very loyal and complete our work on site. It's wonderful to be able to keep those teams gainfully employed on another wonderful project that should see them through the balance of 2021.
So stage 2 is it's $70 million. You're looking at what about up to 400 contractors and employees?
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. Yeah, it would be very close to that number. So when you put it like that, it's it does justify the reasoning, and at the end of the day, we are confident with the product as well. So when you look at all the boxes that we're ticking, it definitely it's wonderful that we're in a position to commence construction and bring another project to the market.
Now I know you can't say too much, but you do have a really big pipeline of projects at Hope Island. My first question is why Hope Island?
Yes.
And the second question would be, what can you tell us?
Well, I think as a group, and particularly myself, we've always believed in this northern corridor, the growth corridor as it's known, and Hope Island in itself has undergone a real transformation, especially in the last 12-15 months. Now we've, the catalyst of the Hope Island marketplace was great that got delivered last year, and that really is what prompted the market to look at Hope Island in a different light. Hope Island's always been synonymous with that resort lifestyle that we all know too well, and I think there was also a very strong underlying demand for apartment stock that's reasonably priced, on the water especially, in Hope Island. I think we were able to meet that demand, and hence why the sales have been as good as they have.
George, in light of the pandemic, I mean, you've always been ahead of the curve and you're always looking at innovations. What have you done to adapt your product to, the way people are working now and so on and so forth?
Yeah. Well, one thing we've always done in the company is focus on the amenities and facilities that are on offer. And put a lot of focus in terms of where they're positioned, the design of those facilities and so forth. So be it a gym, it's not going to be a small gym, it'll be a large gym which would rival most private health clubs, let's say, whether it be in Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane and the like. But one item or one area that definitely comes to mind in terms of the way the pandemic has impacted our designs in stage 2 was that with that growing and then emerging trend that we saw even pre-COVID for people wanting increasing and more flexible work arrangements, we went back to the drawing board with the acceleration of that, and we all enjoyed working from home there for a while, and we redesigned a particular area of the building to allow for some private office workspaces. as well as a boardroom with full conference facilities. So if you do choose to work from home, you don't have to choose to work from your apartment. You can actually go to the common areas and have some exclusive use, private office space where you can remove yourself and get some work done at home, a bit more comfortable, a bit more professional. And if you have to hold a meeting, there's a boardroom there with conference facilities to enable you to do that as well.
And have they, have some of your buyers actually said, well, that's one of the reasons we're going to purchase here?
Because if it hasn't been the only reason, it's definitely contributed to their reasoning for purchasing at One Grand Avenue as opposed to, let's say, another development in the area. So it's definitely been a very key selling feature for us that a lot of the purchasers have are looking forward to seeing, and when we deliver the stage 2 in this time next year.
And finally, you've predicted, and you've obviously bought some sites here
Yes.
over the last few years. You've thought that this was going to happen. You've got the Coomera connector confirmed now. So those predictions are really coming to pass, that this place is really going ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, the future pipeline is definitely an indication of our confidence, not only in the Gold Coast market, but specifically this North Shore and the Hope Island marketplace. So we're looking forward to slowly bringing those products to the market and change them as we need to in order to make sure that we're providing a product that the market wants.
Well, it's great working with you, George, and congratulations on the launch of Stage 2.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks for coming out today. And on a side note, we all thank you as well for your support that you give the development industry in Queensland as a whole.
Well,
So
thanks,
thank you
George.
very much.
Very welcome.